This is Optimal Living Daily, episode 838, Push, 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 Expanding Your Comfort Zone, and After 15 Years of Practice, both by Derek Sivers of Sivers.org, and I'm Justin Malik, your personal narrator, reading to you every day just like an audiobook, but free of charge, mostly from blogs, sometimes from books, and always with permission from the websites. Today's post actually is two short posts. They're from Derek Sivers, who defines himself as a minimalist, but he writes about everything, usually short form posts like these. I used to do Sivers Sunday episodes, but I was running out of material, so now it's kind of random when I narrate his stuff, but it's always a nice perspective. And before we get to it, a big thanks to Blue Apron for their support. I just got another box on Friday from them. Blue Apron delivers quality ingredients you need right to your door, portioned out just for you, serving 2 to 4 people, and the menu changes every week based on what's in season. They don't repeat recipes for an entire year, actually. And Blue Apron is treating Optimal Living Daily listeners to $30 off your first order if you visit blueapron.com/old. So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off at blueapron.com/OLD. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. For now, let's get right to today's two posts and start optimizing your life. Push, 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 Expanding Your Comfort Zone by Derek Sivers of Sivers.org. I'm 40 meters underwater. It's getting cold and dark. It's only the third dive in my life, but I'm taking the advanced training course, and the Caribbean teacher was a little reckless, dashing ahead, leaving me alone. The next day, I'm in a government office, answering an interview, raising my right hand, becoming a citizen of Dominica. I'm backstage at the TED conference, about to go on, but I can't remember my lines. In the audience are Bill Gates, Al Gore, Peter Gabriel, and a few hundred other intimidating geniuses. Heart pounding so fast and hard, I think I'm going to explode. They call my name. I still can't remember my lines, but I hit the stage anyway. I'm alone on a bicycle in a forest in Sweden. I left from Stockholm 6 hours ago, headed south with only 50 kronor, and I'm getting hungry. I don't know the way back. We're in a filthy dorm room apartment in Guilin, China, studying at the local university. At the local grocery store, we choose from a bin of live frogs. The India embassy official hands me a pseudo passport that says I am now officially an overseas citizen of India. I'm in the back of a truck in Cambodia, soaking wet, hitching a ride back to Phnom Penh after an all-day bike ride. The roads were flooded, but we rode our bikes through anyway, Mekong River water waist high. That week I speak at 4 conferences in Cambodia, Singapore, Brunei, and Indonesia. By the 4th one, my American accent has started to morph into something kind of Asian. We're in a hospital in Singapore, having a baby. It's a boy, which means he'll serve 2 years in the Singapore military in 2030. The birth certificate says his race is Eurasian, a word I've never heard. I'm on a diplomatic mission in Mongolia with the Singapore Business Federation, talking with the Mongolian government's head of business development, walking with the next mayor of Ulaanbaatar. I suppress a laugh at the ridiculousness of this situation. I'm just a musician from California. What the hell am I doing here? But that feeling lets me know I'm on the right track. This is exactly what I wanted. Some people push themselves physically to see how far they can go. I've been doing the same thing culturally, trying to expand my California boy perspective. I love that when we push, 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 we expand our comfort zone. Things that used to feel intimidating now are as comfortable as home. I remember how scary New York City felt when I moved there in 1990, just 20 years old. 2 years later, it was my city, my comfort zone. Now previously exotic Singapore is my long-term comfortable home, while I push myself into exploring foreign places, new businesses, and different perspectives. After years of stage fright, performing over 1,000 shows, I have a strong case of stage comfort. Being the lead singer or speaker on stage is now my comfort zone. A lot of my musician friends feel this when playing on stage with their legendary heroes. You push, 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 then one day find yourself on the very stage you used to dream about, and it feels so natural, almost relaxing. It's your new comfort zone. The question is, what scares you now? What's intimidating? What's the great unknown? I keep using that question to guide my next move. I have another article for you in just a sec, but first, thank you again to Blue Apron for their support. come by blueapron.com/old for a great deal. I just got yet another box from them on Friday, and the creamy cavatelli and zucchini with romaine and orange salad was really good. It comes with seasonal, pre-portioned ingredients to make a delicious, well-balanced meal, including detailed recipe cards and step-by-step instructions to make it super convenient and simple to make a meal for two or even a family. I have no idea what I'm doing in the kitchen, but Blue Apron makes it really easy that even I can make a delicious meal with incredible ingredients, non-GMO, and meat with no added hormones. The eggs I got were cage-free, said it right on the carton, or vegetarian, which I also like. And best of all, no need to get the ingredients from a grocery store. It's delivered right to your door fresh. And Blue Apron is treating Optimal Living Daily listeners to $30 off your first order if you visit blueapron.com/old. So check out this week's menu and get your $30 off at blueapron.com/OLD. Blue Apron, a better way to cook. After 15 Years of Practice by Derek Sivers of Sivers.org. Since 14, I was determined to be a great singer, but my pitch was bad, my tone was bad, and everyone said I was just not a singer. At 17, I started taking voice lessons and practicing 2 hours every night. I'd go into a soundproof room for 2 hours of long tones, scales, arpeggios, and practicing specific song phrases over and over. At 18, I started touring, doing 2 to 4 shows a week, always as the lead singer. Often they were outdoor shows, sometimes with no PA system at all, so I really had to learn how to project to be heard. At 19, I was still practicing 2 hours a night, but still having a problem with pitch. People kept telling me I was just not a singer, that I should give it up and find a real singer. Then I heard Warren Sanders giving a demonstration of Indian vocal music, and his pitch was so perfect. I went rushing up to him afterwards to ask how he did it. I said, "How are you able to hit the notes so perfectly dead on? Are you just naturally good at this?" He said, "No, when I first started singing, not only was I not within an inch of the note, I wasn't within a football field of the note. I was horrible." "So how did you do it?" He jabbed a finger in my chest and looked at me in the eye. "Practice, thousands of hours of practice, and eventually I got it. I can show you how." For the next year, I'd take a bus out to his place every Wednesday night as he'd teach me some esoteric ways of thinking about singing. I continued touring for years, always as the lead singer, still taking voice lessons with different teachers in different cities, still practicing tone, scales, and treble spots for an hour every night. At 25, I recorded my first album. When I gave it to someone who was a real mentor to me, he gave it a focused listen and then said, "Derek, you're just not a singer. You really need to stop trying. Admit you're a songwriter and find a real singer." But I bounced away from that meeting unfazed. I knew I just had more work to do. I toured for 3 more years after that, always pushing, always practicing, always determined to be a great singer. At 28, I started noticing that my voice was getting good. I recorded a few new songs, and for the first time, I really liked the vocals. At 29, I had done it. After 15 years of practice and about 1,000 live shows, I was finally a very good singer, at least by my own standards. You can judge for yourself at sivers.org/music, old stuff at the bottom, new stuff at the top. Someone who heard me for the first time then said, "Singing is a gift you're either born with or you're not. You're lucky, you were born with it." I had to remember this story now because I'm spending most of my time doing things I'm not good at. It's overwhelming sometimes. I'm really trying to be a great computer programmer and so in awe of the people who seem to do it naturally. I'm just such a beginner. It may take me another 15 years, but I'm determined. You just listened to the posts titled Push, 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 Expanding Your Comfort Zone, and After 15 Years of Practice, both by Derek Sivers of Sivers.org. And that's going to do it for today. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.